Hey, welcome back. Glad you're here. Welcome to those who haven't been here before. This is Art of Cycling, and I'm Greg Leach. And this is all about the tour right now. So we are on the very famous climb of the Tourmalet. I think they said they've been up it 87 times in tour history. Clearly, I haven't painted all of those. It is a brute of a climb. I do have friends who have ridden up it on my bucket list, but doubt I'll ever achieve that. I've got a long bucket list of things that are just that, the bucket list. So there's a small breakaway. It started as a large one at the bottom of the climb. And it's reduced to just 10 guys. And then these two, well, here's one. This is David Gadou, leader of Groupama FDJ. And the one of the riders the French have pinned a lot of hope on, that unfortunately they have been disappointed with this year. It's kind of the way it goes for Godot and for many of the French riders. Now, not to be fully negative, the French are having one of their best tours in terms of stage wins in a long time. They have already won 3 stages of the tour, equaled only by one other country. And that country, it's all been one rider, the Eritrean Biniam Girmay, who, when his first win, became the first Black African to ever win a stage in the tour. He's now the first Black African to ever wear the green jersey. And depending on how the next couple of days go, you can see at one point another single point in today's intermediate sprint. But so I thought I should include this flag in black and white. It will look like the British flag, but it is actually, when I paint it later, you'll see that it is the Basque flag. They are very close to the border with Spain, and this particular area of Spain is the Basque region, which has long fought, sometimes violently, for autonomy. In fact, oftentimes to become its own country. Seem to be moving to that direction, and then just, I feel like 2 years ago there was a severe crackdown. And jailing many of the supporters and politicians from the region. So, of course, on all these mountain climbs, there are thousands of fans along the side of the road. Sometimes rowdy and dangerous, oftentimes rather intoxicated. I think the two kind of go hand in hand, don't they? But so far today, it seems relatively under control. So, titling this one Nearing the Top of the Tourmalet. And now we'll start laying in the colors. The images will become, what I'm painting will become a little clearer, or not. So as per usual, starting palest and then working our way towards lighter. Working on these guys' skin tone, and it has been nice that finally this year I have to use a phrase like these guys' skin tone, because the aforementioned Gourmet, the Black African, this clearly wouldn't be his skin tone. And I have noticed that along the side of the road, the fans are less mono-ethnic. Sorry. I found that amusing. So, working our way through the palette, going warm to cool, light to dark. So, on the mountain climbs, you'll see hundreds of polka dot t-shirts, and that's because there's what's called the race caravan, or the publicity caravan, ahead of the race. It's a whole advertising marketing campaign for all the sponsors. So the clerk is out there passing out polka dot t-shirts because they're a sponsor and a sponsor of the King of the Mountains jersey. Yeah, you can just see the polka dot jersey there. Jonas Abrahams, who has held that jersey since the very start, won it on the first day and is in the process of losing it today. So it goes, right? He actually doesn't. It isn't his jersey right now. He's wearing it, although today will be the last day that he's wearing it on loan from Tade, who took it off of him in the Massif Central. That color is. So see, this is the thing. See how pale that is? And now it's not. That's because that had too much water in it. So there's, as always, a lot of variables to deal with when painting with watercolors. So you've got, of course, the value of the color itself, and then value is also controlled by water. And then another thing you have to deal with is white is not a color available to you white is an opaque color, so anything that's going to be white, like the center of the French flag, has to be left as paper, and also the T-shirt of that guy, or the background of the polka dots, the megaphone, various things. So that has to be left as paper. So it takes a little forethought when painting to make sure that you leave that white. Now I'm realizing the Basque folks will wear orange, and when there were Basque teams in the tour, Euskadel, Euskadi, the team that no longer exists, orange is the color, not to be confused with the Dutch, who also wear orange, even though their flag is blue and yellow, and these guys are red and green and white. I don't know how these colors get established. Do you all? Yes. To quote Shakespeare in Love, it's a mystery. See, again, too much water, so that brown looks like the skin tone. There, so more pigment, less water, and boom, you have hair. So now it's really just, and in this case, like sometimes I lay in the grass or the trees behind, but I think I'm going to leave that white. There is an artist who does, and I don't mean this disparagingly, more illustration, almost cartoon, graphic images, not graphic in the pornographic sense, but graphic in the comic book sense. And he never puts in a background. Whereas I am trying to do something more art-based, fine art-based. Not more. Fine art-based, full stop. So I'm looking for a complete, whole, finished painting. That's the need for background. Generally speaking. It's like his would be maybe this guy yelling and those two, and maybe a flag. But that's the wonderful thing about the art and people painting the tour everybody has their interpretation, how they see this. And there's a number of people who will post paintings that I have seen of the tour. Near as I can tell, I'm the only one doing multiple paintings of every stage every day. Many do one painting. The guy I was just talking about, Fett, F-E-T-T-E, will do multiples, but I think he's doing them after and sort of capturing the essence of the stage, these moments. And he's a storyteller. See, clearly I changed my mind without even realizing I was changing my mind. All right, that's this piece. And of course, during none of this have I mentioned, I post all of these on my cycling blog, theartofcycling.blogspot.com. And there you will find, with every post, a link over to my website, gregleach.com, where you can purchase this artwork. So far, I've sold 2/3 of everything I've painted, maybe a little more. And I appreciate all of you who are following and purchasing. I don't know if there's a shared community there. And of course, the website is gregleach.com. So thanks for taking the time to watch. I appreciate you all being here. Until tomorrow.